everyone. Welcome to the midseason review for the Green Bay Packers. And this is my ghost team of 2016. And I say that because I listen to a lot of podcasts and I watch a lot of sports coverage, and no one seems to want to talk about this Packers team. There's a lot of talk about playoffs at this point in the year, NFC contenders, and the Packers are getting glossed over, which I think is a mistake. We've seen this team make playoff runs, deep playoff runs in the last few years, and I think it's just kind of the old story that no one wants to talk about. But this team really on film looks similar, if not better than recent years, especially last year. And Aaron Rodgers playing MVP form. I'd like to see them get some running game going. We'll see with Ty Montgomery probably playing this week. We'll see what happens with that. And by the way, if you follow me on Twitter, I encourage you to go look at a play I've noticed from the Washington game in London last week. Kirk Cousins attempts the same exact throw that we saw Aaron Rodgers make in the Hail Mary win against to send it into overtime against the Cardinals last season. Just kind of an interesting look at comparing the arm strength of those two guys. If you're into looking at film, definitely check that out. But the offense looks pretty damn good. And then on the defensive side, that's where this team is different. We've seen this team in the last, maybe not last year, but 3 or 4 years ago, just some of the worst defensive rushing defense performances in playoff history. And that's not the case this year. This is one of the best teams defending the run. Mike Daniels up front is just a monster. And then you got LaTroy Guion is actually a pretty solid D tackle. And then Kenny Clark, the rookie first-round pick, starting to play pretty well as well. And then the outside linebackers are doing some pretty special things too, with Nick Perry kind of having a breakout season, a little carrying over success from last year. And then Julius Peppers rotating in with Perry, and Clay Matthews, of course, such a difference maker. He's had some injuries, as had this whole defense, but I think if Clay Matthews plays against Atlanta, maybe a sack here or a fumble there, we might be talking about a different story with the Packers right now. And then in the secondary, a very good secondary, but just depleted with injuries right now. Sam Shields out for the year with a concussion, kind of worrying about his career there, but get a couple guys back here with Quentin Rollins supposed to play, and then Demarius Randall hopefully getting healthy for them. This could be a really solid defense, and you pair it with that offense, it's certainly not a team that shouldn't be talked about at all. So I have them as the 6th team in the league right now. I think we've seen the Green Bay Packers overcome adversity in the past. When they won the Super Bowl in 2010, they have 15 players on the IR. They're used to this happening to them, and they're used to not being talked about. So I could seriously see a scenario where the Packers quietly rattle off a few wins here and really start to take back that NFC North crown, especially with the Vikings struggles right now. Those two teams play Week 16. I think that'll be an epic matchup, probably for the division. So that's all I'm going to say about the Green Bay Packers. A good outlook going forward. Now we're going to talk about the Detroit Lions, the next team in the division.